Alright, my Mindshow peeps, today I'm going to quickly go over how I edit the Maple, the Meeple, whatever. You know, pretty early for me right now. Let's give a minute for this to load. Of course, you're going to open Unity. And you're going to open up your newest package, which hopefully they should have your Meeples in there. If you haven't downloaded all of them yet, make sure you go through, get the buff, get the plump, and the average, because I think those ones are all updated. Alright, of course that area is going to pop up, accept all. Alright, so this is my basic layout. That popped up again. Alright, so basically, it's pretty simple. You're going to find your textures, make sure you know where they're at. So you got your different Meeple textures here, which I still have my old one, which I don't really use anymore for the body type. Alright, so first let's start with, let's go to characters. And you're going to find your first Meeple, which right now, the way I've been doing it is I have the same texture for all of them. So it kind of sucks because whenever I edit one, it pretty much lays that same texture on all of them. But that's why when you're finished, just go ahead and when you're done with your Meeple, you export it. Then you have the export file, which saves whatever you had on that Meeple anyway. So that's, that's fine, whatever. As long as you don't distort it enough where you can't use it again, it's fine. Alright, so let's start with the character here, which I have my last character. Let's see. Which is, he looks like a basic Meeple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag him out here. Which now he's pretty standard. He's got a light blue shirt on now instead of, I guess, with a typical red. Alright, so once you place him out here, you're going to go click over here in the hierarchy. You're going to check out where his shirt and stuff is. So you're going to go to IK rig, all the way down to bind hips, oops, spine, spine 1, spine 2, neck, head. And you got this last bit here, the head mesh. So basically, here's how it goes. If you want to change the body, you're going to go to body mesh. You see that he has his body layout right here. So what I do, I usually go to right now he's the average one, so you go to body average, and you find his shirt, which is right here. You're gonna either, if I already have it preset to a paint shop, but you can either right click and go to open, or you can go to show to explorer. If you go to explorer, that's when you find that direct file, and then you can open up in any paint program you want. But I'm gonna go ahead and just open it from here. Of course, I got Paint Shop Pro X8. I don't have Photoshop, but still works pretty good. Alright, so now you have your layout. Nice little easy to edit layout. So the way this is set up right now is that you have, this is the front of the body, starting from the top to bottom. Then you got the back, top to bottom. And the rest here, I guess, is just, this fills in the pants, or I guess where the legs are at. So if you wanted to add pants to your character, you just change the color of this to whatever pants is. And the rest here is the back of the head, that's not the face. So usually what I do, because now I have this opened up, this is pretty much exposed there. I can go back to Unity, and now I can go to my faces, which he just has the basic one, but I spaced out the mouth, so let's be mouth spaced. So you open that up too, it should open the same program. Alright, so you got his face, you got the body. So what I normally do, I use this dropper here, where you can match the colors. Basically just click on somewhere on the face, and it gives you that color you need. And then I go over here, and I use this magic wand, which is a selection wand. Basically you just select the whole head, and then you just paint it whatever color that the face is to the back of the head, so that way they match. Normally I would do that, but I'm doing it right now. Alright, so that's how you do that. And then usually after you change it, you just hit save, and then it'll update on here. So let's try something out here. Let's go ahead, I'm going to add something to a shirt. Let's do, got all sorts of things. Let's just start here. So usually I'm going to edit this. I'm going to open this up separate. I'm going to use that wand to select. Okay, that didn't work. I got to change the tolerance. The tolerance basically lets you, picks out what you're clicking on. It'll kind of, basically the higher the tolerance, the more it's going to select. and the less, the more detailed it's going to be. So it just kind of depends what you want to do. Alright, so I'm going to select all that. And I don't know how your program works. If you use Photoshop, this is just how mine works. I usually invert the selection, so it just selects that. And I'll copy. And then basically, let me unselect that first. I don't know hotkeys too well. I'll paste as new selection, and then boom, there's that. And now, I'm going to make that a little bigger. You want to kind of center it as best as possible. I mean, you can kind of go back and forth with it if you need to. I'll show you in just a second. Alright, so now we got that logo there. It's on the front of his shirt. And I'm going to hit save. And now when you go back to Unity, it has the same file. Bam! Versus. And adds it to his shirt. Simple as that. Whenever I do the suits and stuff, I basically use clip art. Then I kind of paint around it to blend it in. And then bam, it makes it look like he's wearing a suit or whatever. Police outfit. So I mean, it's pretty simple as that. The main thing you want to remember is you click all the way in the hierarchy, click on Meople, and you're going to hit apply. I'm not clicking it now, but then once you hit that, it's going to save on that prefab. And then whatever changes you make after that with the shirt and everything, once you hit apply at the very end, it'll apply that. And then you just go to Mindshow and export it from that prefab. Alright, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to take that off. Hit save again so I can go back to the regular format. Alright, so that takes care of the shirt, which is back to normal. Now, as far as adding accessories like the hat, it's pretty simple. It just takes a little bit of adjusting. So let's say you have, say I got a generic hat there. Where's this hat at? These are just textures. I'm going to go here where the mesh is. This is actually going to be the actual object. So let's say I want to add the hat. Pretty simple. You're going to roll it over here. I bring it all the way to bind head end. That's where you need to connect it at. So basically, you're just going to drag it over here, and it's going to basically, I guess, parent it or something. I don't know what the term is. Okay, when you pop it in there, it'll be all like, whoa, where's it at? So you're just going to back up, and then you're going to use these arrows here. This is the directional arrows. Just move it around. You're going to bring it down and adjust it wherever you need it. So let's see where he's at. Alright. You're going to right click to swirl it around. Looks good. See if I can adjust it down just a little bit. Nope, too far. Basically just put it wherever you need it. Okay, looks good. And just like everything else, you make any changes at all, and just to make sure what you want to do, you go back and click on your Meople guy. You're going to move him around. Well, this hat moves with him. I don't really know how to do the whole rolling around head. I know Brian did that. But, alright. And once you're done with that, you hit apply on your Meople here, and it applies that hat. Or if I just want to take it off, I can delete it. Let's go to Soul Shadow. There we go. I'll go back here, hit apply. Simple as that. So a hat mesh. So I can go delete that. So basically, yeah, just remember the hierarchy. So whenever you apply a hat or something to him, if you want to put it on his back, that's going to be kind of guessing. I mean, I put it usually on the spine. If I want to put like a backpack on him, I'll just drag the object to the spine. If you're bringing in poly objects, make sure when you do that, to grab the material and the object file at the same time and drag them in. I usually just throw them in the raw folder. Like for instance, I got a few things here like the crown, which is huge. So if I want to bring that up here, of course it's gonna pop up on the outside. You're just gonna drag it to the head mesh wherever you need it. So let's put the bind head end. There you go. Then you can adjust the size from there, which you got rotate, and you got scale, which just use the center to resize it. And now I can bring it down. That's a little too far. Now you gotta make sure it's lined up. All right. Ba-doom-ba-boom. He's a king. Meople. Get this real quick. So we gotta adjust a little bit. There we go. basic of that. And of course, you can go back and click on your meeple, hit apply, it'll keep it on there. So now, if I click on it or move it around, boom, it's attached to his head. And that's basically how to do that. And as far as the last thing I'm going to show you is the faces, which I've made a couple different templates myself, which that's going to be a whole other thing, because you can sit there and edit it in Paint Shop if you need to, but you got to make sure everything lines up on each one. Like if you add like different eyebrows, if you add a mustache or something, you got to make sure it lines up best as possible on each face you have it on. And then whenever you save it, just save it as a different file name, so that way you have multiple choices for faces. So if I want to change his face, I'm going to go to, I guess I got my Meople character there. I'm going to go to, where's it? Yeah, go to Head Mesh. Then you're going to have your choices of textures over here. So this is one for the face format. And all you got to do if you want to change his face is just drag whichever face file over to here. And boom, you get a different face. Or if I want to do like a goatee, boom, he's got a goatee now. And that's just going to automatically place it there. And, well, that's pretty much it for editing Meeple. So just remember, whenever you make a change, make sure you hit apply on the Meeple character itself. Hit apply over here to make sure you apply the changes. And then whenever that's done, you're ready to export it. That's pretty much it. Hopefully that helps you all, and hopefully you all can get started editing your own. Alright, peace.